In this tutorial, we will be teaching you how to use a Mohr pipette. Before beginning, wear your safety goggles, such as what Ben is showing us here. Here is a Mohr pipette along with a pipette bulb modeled by Kyoka in the laboratory. As you can see, a Mohr pipette is a long glass cylinder with an open top and a pointy end with an opening. The volume starts with 0 milliliters, then increases as you go down the pipette. Before using the pipette, inspect it for chips or cracks and clean the pipette. To clean the pipette, prepare a solution of soapy water in a beaker. Draw the solution into the pipette and wet the walls. Be careful not to get the mouth of the pipette wet. After draining the wash water, put distilled water into another beaker. Draw distilled water into the pipette and rinse out the soapy water. Rinse several times to remove all soap residue. This cleaning or priming process must be done 3 times before each use. To get your initial and final volumes, you must read the meniscus. The meniscus is a concave surface of a liquid resulting from surface tension. The bottom of the meniscus is used to measure the volume of liquid. You also must read the meniscus at eye level, such as what Kyoka is doing here. Now that we are aware of what a Mohr pipette is, how to prime the pipette, and reading the meniscus, let's get to measuring. To measure a volume transferred with the Mohr pipette, you must obtain the initial and final volumes and subtract them. Here is Michelle Lee drawing up a volume. Notice that she squeezed the pipette bulb, then placed it into the solution, holding the pipette vertically. The pipette is far enough in the solution that it won't suck up air, but not so deep that it touches the bottom of the glass. Here it is again, drawing up a volume shown by Ben. Notice again how Ben is not allowing the pipette to touch the bottom of the beaker. Here is Sydney determining the initial volume. Notice that she removed the pipette bulb from the top and replaced it with her thumb. At this point, Sydney will bring the pipette to eye level to read the meniscus to record the initial volume. The initial volume is measured at 5.80 milliliters. Here is another example of determining the initial volume by Kyoka. Notice that she removed the pipette bulb, and also again she is bringing the pipette to eye level to record the initial volume. Danny will properly show us how to transfer the solution from the pipette to the reaction vessel. Notice how Danny is slowly lifting her thumb from the top of the pipette to allow the solution to drain into the reaction vessel. After some solution has drained, she recovers the top of the pipette with her thumb and brings the pipette to eye level to read the final volume. The final volume is recorded at 1.00 milliliters. Now that we have the initial and final volumes, we will calculate the volume transferred in our lab book. As stated earlier, you subtract the final from the initial volume to get your volume transferred. Our initial volume was 5.80 milliliters and our final volume was 1.00 milliliters. By subtracting the two, that leaves us with 4.80 milliliters and also the total volume transferred. We hope that you have found this tutorial of how to use a Mohr pipette useful and resourceful. Thank you for watching.